Good morning, friends. Today I am going to talk to you or about show you a video on how I have managed a case of posterior capsular rupture where I had implanted a toric intraocular lens. The lens I had implanted was an Abbott toric intraocular lens. Now, as you see, this particular video is done in it's fast forwarded by 100%, and it's twice as fast. And in order to save time, the phaco went all right. It was quite an usual grade 3 plus cataract, which I had operated with the machine Signature Pro, as you can see. The settings were about 500 vacuum and flow rate of about 40-45. The surgery went quite well, and I never experienced any fluctuation during the course of the surgery. This is the last fragment I am taking out. It came out fairly uneventful. There was no issues at all. This was the last fragment. I was a bit cautious, and I converted my settings into an epinuclear settings for the last fragment because the posterior capsule was a bit fluttery, but I did it in the iris plane, but there was no problems. Now I started bimanual irrigation aspiration with MST irrigation aspiration cannulas. That also went quite well. The cortical matters were quite fragile, thin, but I could take them out, and there was no problem in taking them out. Now I changed hands in between so that the remnants on the other side can be removed efficiently. Now, as you can see, I have made it a bit slow at a normal speed at this point. As you can see, when I took out the last fragment, I've realized that there is a posterior capsular rupture on one side that is nearly at 3 o'clock position. I couldn't figure out why it has occurred, but as you have seen that in that position, what I immediately did is inflated the anterior chamber with a viscoat, push the vitreous face backwards, and I implanted the lens, or initially placed the lens within the anterior chamber. I let it open, then slowly dialed the lens in the sulcus. As you can see, I am doing the surgery under Calistro, so the markings as it's shown has come up. Now, after having implanted the lens in the sulcus, I injected viscoelastic and then slowly and very gently made sure that the lens is in the sulcus, injected viscoelastic, then tried to take out much of the viscoelastic that is there in the anterior chamber, because during the process of manipulation, as you try to take it out, many times it so happens that the optic capture that you do with the anterior capsular edge tends to come out. So it's good if you can release your speculum a bit. You can make the anterior chamber deep, remove all the viscoelastics first, and then gently tap the edges of the optic to capture them to capture the optic under the anterior capsular edge. That's a very, very good thing to do. As you can see, the anterior capsular edges on both the sides are captured. Now I'm hydrating the main wound, and as you can see, the lens is quite well placed. So thus, even if you have got a posterior capsular rent or if you have got a posterior capsular dehiscence, you can still put in a toric intraocular lens if you have a good anterior capsular rim and if you can place the lens well in the sulcus and do a very good optic capture. These patients normally actually do very well, and there are no issues whatsoever in the post-operative period. Thank you very much. Thank you.